Today I'll use a critical eye to evaluate two different websites. The first website that I'll be evaluating is the BST site, or Bunny Survival Test. The URL is listed at the top of the page. Can't really tell who the author is from the URL in this particular case, and it's an index.html. The purpose is to find out the strengths and weaknesses of marshmallow bunnies. It's obviously a humor site. When you go on to read, it says, in order to determine said weaknesses and strengths, many volunteer bunnies and control bunnies risk their lives to take part in several tests. The tests were usually painful, but not always cruel. And then you can continue to go to the different links in the website. The author of the site does have a list of frequently asked questions, and it has some links on there as well. And one of the links that it has is for Just Born Inc., which produces Peeps. I don't think Peeps is at all a sponsor of this site, but it does link you right to the candy company where you can buy Peeps and products by Just Born Inc. The coyote test was one of my favorite links on the website. The coyote test is named for Wile E. Coyote from the Roadrunner cartoons. I used to watch the Roadrunner cartoons as a kid, so I can completely appreciate the bunny being dropped from a heavy object to see how he would survive the trip down. As you can see, there's the before, there's the after. The poor little bunny didn't fare too well. It's just a funny, cute site. Here you can see you are able to email if you have comments, and you are able to link this page if you'd like to. And then the author is just Mark Smith, copyright by Mark Smith. Who he is, I do not know. The second website that I went to is learner.org/jnorth. Here's the URL. This is a global study of wildlife migration and seasonal change. And right here at the top are the authors of the website, the Annenberg Learner. This also has easily accessible links on the website. And it's about animal migration and going north, and you can register and join and report your observations. So I can see how it would be something that would be really beneficial to students. At the bottom of the web page, you can contact the publishers of the site. You can also search the site through here as well, but you can link on to Annenberg Learner, and you can find more out about the foundation. I liked this part of it because I noticed that there was so much professional development and curriculum. As a teacher, I can go on here and find a variety of lesson plans, interactives, news and blogs, video series about us, and then I can also read more about what I went on originally, the journey north, and the ability to take part by signing up for this. So for example, if I wanted to do the hummingbird migration, I could click on the hummingbird migration. It'll take me to this area, and I can report my sightings once I've signed up. I have the different news, the exploring, the maps. It's very easy to get around on this site. So I think that makes it enjoyable. The layout is really easy. The font size is easy to read. It's kind of fun to learn about the different flowers and nectars that they might be as well, interested in as well. And then you can see how you're able to report, and you can see where the different birds are. And so I think that that makes it interesting and fun for students and for teachers and anybody that happens to be a bird lover as well. When comparing the two sites, the Journey North and the BST site, both sites are very clear. The links are easy to get to. The Journey North site is a great site to be able to use for your students. If I were going to be using it in a classroom, I would set up on one of the journeys. I would have the kids work together. I'd have us research to find out more information about the animals that we were doing our project on. And it could be a whole cross the curriculum kind of assignment. I can see where you can go into real big depth with great detail on the Journey North site. So I would use it in science, language arts. You could do it for mapping skills. There's a bunch of variety that you can be using this for. And I like that it also has an app that's available so that you can be using the Journey North on the go. As far as the bunny site, I would use this site. Well, it's obviously kind of a parody and comedy, but I would use it in a classroom to get kids to laugh, to get them to enjoy things before maybe doing actual science. They actually do follow protocol, and perhaps we would have a discussion about protocol for experiments. They show their results from their experiments after 3 minutes, after 5 minutes. It shows the rabbits melting more. You can go on the other links on this site and get more information on the bunnies. But it would just be more, I think, ahead of time of why did they create this site? Was it in response to animal cruelty? Because there's a lot of jokes on here, but there's always a little bit of truth in jokes. And if you get a lot of products today, you'll see that they put on it that it's cruelty free. So are those some of the reasons why this site came about? I think that they would be good discussions for students, and then to get the critical thinking skills going on. Why did the author develop this site? What are they trying to get across to us? And I think that kids can, one, see the humor, but they can also get the value out of it about what we're doing and why we're doing it. And, was it in response to people being upset about rabbits being used for testing for cosmetics, etc.? There could be a whole long discussion on that as well. Both sites were enjoyable. Both sites were easy to access. Downside of the sites, they both were really easy. The only downside might be that there is almost too much information, too many links, too many things that you could look at where kids could get sidetracked, especially on the Journey North. So you'd probably want to make sure that you get them focused on exactly what it is that you're looking at the site for. But it was an enjoyable experience, and I'm glad I had the opportunity to review both websites.